Welcome to this week's Rogers McHugh YouTube video. In this week's episode, we're going to be looking at how you can build the perfect team for your business. Let's go! Welcome to this week's Rogers McHugh YouTube video. So in this week's episode, we're going to be looking at how you can build the best team for your business, whether you're in recruitment or a different industry. I think some of these principles that we're going to go through right now will transcend sectors and industries. But I wanted to focus on how you can build the best possible team for your business, or if you're a divisional manager or a managing consultant within recruitment, how can you build the best team that you can possibly have working alongside you. So the first thing to say, and I've seen this happen before or not happen before as the case may be, is that you always need to be recruiting. So what has happened in the past with previous employers where I've worked or with people that I've spoken to, somebody will leave. They have a requirement to fill that role. They then go to the market and start recruiting. And invariably, they're then picking from a select bunch of people who happen to apply at that time. And they end up in a position where they get the best of a bad bunch potentially. But they need to fill that role and they're ended up they're forced into making a decision that ordinarily they wouldn't make. However, I believe what you should be doing is always recruiting. That means that you're constantly messaging people on LinkedIn, you're constantly reaching out to people, you're constantly using recruitment agencies, you're constantly speaking to people within your market. And if the right person comes along, even if you're not necessarily looking or recruiting at that time, you bite the bullet, you take the hit and you get them on board. Because if you do that, you're picking from the people that you want to work with yourself as a business. If somebody then goes to leave, you've already covered that role. But more importantly, you're not picking from the best of a bad bunch. You're bringing in the people that you want in the business that's going to make the business, that's going to supercharge the business and move the business forward. Secondly, bring in varying people and skill sets. So if I'm hiring into Rogers McHugh and I'm hiring people exactly like me, that have the same skill sets as me, that think the same way as me, that are from the same background as me, and that have the same political beliefs as me, that have the same religious views as me, we become very insular. We're not exposed to different ideas, different cultures, different possibilities, and I feel like you need to bring all that together. And like I say, skill sets as well. If you only ever bring in people that are good at selling, you're then not going to have people that can necessarily deliver, and you end up letting the clients down that you're doing. If you only ever bring in people that are really good at delivering, but you don't bring in the sales, the people that are good at delivering don't have the opportunity to deliver because they're not getting opportunities, because there's nobody there with that new sales background that can bring the new opportunities through the door. And again, different backgrounds as well and different types of people. If everybody's the same, yes, everybody will get on and that'll be great, but you don't have people challenging you, you don't have people giving you differences of opinions. And I'm always open to differences of opinions, and you know, we will constantly be challenging our people to come up with ideas of how we can make Rogers McHugh better. And if we've got people that have got different backgrounds and different skill sets, it just makes that process a whole lot easier. Number 3, support, train and develop. You can't bring in people into the business, get them to a certain level, feel that they're doing okay, and then just leave them to it. They need to feel supported. They need to feel that they've got your support, that you're going to continually develop them, and that there's a path for them to go on. And we'll tie that in with number 4, which is a clear vision. You need a clear vision for the business, and you need to explain that to the team. They need to buy into that vision. They need to believe that that vision's possible. They need to believe that they're part of that vision, and then review it. And we try and do that on a monthly basis, warts and all. If we've had a great month, the team will know we've had a great month. If we've had a terrible month, the team will know we've had a terrible month. But it's important that they know that. They need to know what the expectations are. Where is the break-even line? At what point do we become profitable as a business? A lot of people will try and shelter that and hide that away from the staff. But for me, you need to be shouting that from the rooftops, because the team need to know where they need to be hitting on a monthly basis. And they need to know where are you now, where are you aiming to get to, how are you going to get there, what role do they play in that, Are they going to be trained? Is there development opportunities? Are you going to support them in that? How do they become an integral part of your business? If you can demonstrate that, you'll get better applicants. If you offer people, they're more likely to come and join your business and not take other opportunities. And more importantly, everybody's then pushing for the same goal. It's not just the man or the woman at the top trying to get you to a specific position and everybody else around no idea where that vision is. So it's important that everybody buys into that. And the last one, number 5, and again something that people can fall foul to, hire on attitude over skill set every day of the week. You've got to get people into the team or into the business that have got the right attitude, that have got a can-do attitude, that are positive. There's nothing worse than having somebody with the right skill set that's absolutely a negative Nelly, a drain on everybody else in the business, because it'll bring everybody else down. It then becomes a toxic environment in which to work, and you can't have that. Obviously, there are going to be some exceptions. If I'm ill, I want to be going to a doctor that's got the right skill set. If I need a tooth removing, I want to go to a dentist that's got the right skill set. If one of my pets are ill, I want to go to a vet that's got the right skill set. If I'm looking for somebody to come and work with me within recruitment, I want somebody that's going to challenge me. I want somebody that's going to be positive. I want somebody that's going to have the right attitude, that's going to put the effort in, that's driven to succeed, that really wants to make it, and we'll teach them the skills. As long as they've got the bare bones, the rest can be taught. What you can't do is get somebody in with the right skill set and change their attitude. It just doesn't work. Unfortunately, if they're a toxic person, they need to be cut loose, let go, and you need to move on. Otherwise, it'll drag everybody else down. So there we have it. There's my 5 tips on how to build an expert team. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Put it in the comments below if there's anything that you look out for when you're recruiting. As a business, they're kind of the things that we look at following. And we're building a fantastic team here at Rogers McHugh, but I'm always interested to other people's ideas. So like I say, put it in the comments. But more importantly, we're trying to grow the subscriber base. We're trying to grow the viewership of the channel. And the more subscribers we get, the more times that YouTube pushes it out into other people's feed, the more views that we get. So if you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified every time a new video comes out, and we'll see you next week.